Hey there, I'm going to see how this works. I have so many thoughts running through my head all the time as I'm driving around, seeing customers, that I decided that I would start to verbalize some of my thoughts. I think it'll help me articulate my thoughts better if I can review them later on and watch myself saying them. I've been recently listening to Jordan Peterson, and Taylor, you have been instrumental in turning me on to some great thinkers and speakers, and Jordan Peterson is one of those. He's a brilliant philosopher from Canada, and he has a lot of things to say that not necessarily have made me smarter, but because he speaks so intelligently and he articulates himself so well, that what it does is it hasn't made me brighter, but what it's done is helped me to follow a pattern of thought for a length of time, going off on side notes and tangents like I often do, and then come back to the original thought, which is sometimes a challenge based on how many rabbit trails I go on when I talk, as some of you who have listened to me know, especially you, Lisa, looking at you. So I just wanted to start doing this because I think this is going to help me. So really, it's less for you and more for me to see how I talk, what the expressions on my face are, how I follow a train of thought. I think it'll help me learn to articulate myself better and to make a point. Sometimes I don't get to the point because I'm constantly trying to support my point with so many side points that I never get to the real point. I think you know what I mean. I might be doing the same thing right now. Anyway, there are a lot of things that I listen to when I hear speakers talk, and there are some things that really drive me crazy. And as my girlfriend knows, Lisa, I get extremely annoyed by certain things that sports announcers will say, for instance, because I love watching sports, and so I'm always listening to them use language that drives me crazy, or they'll say things in a way that just makes me cringe and I can't stand listening to them, and I find myself talking to them like I'm sure some of you have done, especially in this past year of politics. You found yourself talking to the TV and yelling at the TV for various reasons. I don't listen to politics really anymore on the major news networks because I've realized that most of it is quite simply just trash, and there's not a lot there that is really going to help me in the short term or the long term. If there's really something important I need to hear, I'm gonna hear it somewhere. If North Korea invades South Korea, I'll probably hear it somewhere. And I don't need to listen to hours of babble to find that out. So I'm driving to a customer's house right now. I'm going to be there in about 7 minutes. And I'm going to help this old guy figure out how to get his printer fixed. He somehow jammed some paper up in this printer of his. I think it might be a fairly expensive printer. I don't know for sure. But I'm hoping there will be some more things that, wow, that woman's got a big burgundy cape on as she's walking down the street. That is bizarre. You see some bizarre things here in Tucson on the streets. I think probably anywhere you go, but I digress. So I'm going to see this fella, and I think It should be a good meeting. It's the only appointment I have today so far. And that's another thing I want to stop doing is saying, and if I watch myself say it, if I catch myself saying, then I might be able to figure out why I say it, and I might be able to figure out how to stop saying it. My girlfriend keeps telling me that I say way too often. So here I go. It's a sunny day. It's gorgeous out. I had a leather jacket on when I left the apartment because I thought it was cold enough. And it's warm in my car already with the sun shining in here. There's barely any clouds in the sky. And it's 58 degrees on my thermometer here in the car. And it's 9:23 a.m. I'm supposed to be at this senior's apartment at 9:30, and he lives in the Oasis Building 4 of Fellowship Square, which is this huge senior living facility. There are 4 buildings, there are 4 villas, and I think there's a total of something like 650 individual units. There I go again. When I don't know what to say next, I go So there are lots of people there, and I have many customers there, and I hope to have more. I need to talk to the lady there, the activity director, Gomez, Andrea Gomez, I think, is still the director, and ask her if she'll let me do more classes there, because that's how I get most of my customers. And so I'll be there shortly. We'll talk again soon. Bye.